So in Coulomb's law, the force is directly proportional to the product of two charges q1, q2, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two charges, that is the r. And k is the proportionality constant. Coulomb's law, this is the mathematical expression. Now, value of k is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. Now, what is this epsilon? This epsilon is very important part. That is the epsilon means the permittivity. Simple epsilon, only epsilon means permittivity of the medium. That means which medium permits to charge to freely enter to that material. Okay, now there are types of materials are there: conductors, dielectric, semiconductor material, right? So these materials, from that material, whatever the conductivity is depends on that sigma value, that is the conductivity, as well as this permittivity, epsilon value. But for epsilon, you have the formula for epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r. Now in that, this epsilon 0 means permittivity of the free space. Okay, this is the free space from where, okay, that free space your electromagnetic waves can travel. So value of this epsilon 0, it is standard value 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. Also it is written in this form also, numerator and denominator. Sometimes you can use this value also to solve the numerical. Okay, so 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 36 pi Faraday per meter. Very important, epsilon 0. Standard value, no change in this value. And epsilon r. This epsilon r means permittivity of a, that is the relative permittivity. Okay, but for air, this relative permittivity is always equal to 1. For air, for free space. And as the material changes, as the medium changes, this value of epsilon r is going to change. Okay, simple numerical is given, that means no medium is specified, then take the value of epsilon r is equal to 1 by default for air, for free space. But some medium is given. Sometimes for that medium, the value of epsilon r is also given. So you can use that epsilon r value for that specific medium. Okay, epsilon 0 standard value 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. And this is the complete epsilon, that is the permittivity. Okay. Now here k is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. That means epsilon r value is 1. So epsilon is equal to epsilon 0. Okay. Now the Coulomb's law. Now the distance between these two charges q1 and q2, it depends on the direction of that vector directed from q1 to q2 or q2 to q1. Now here, please concentrate on, suppose the force applied on charge q2, that is by q1. So here the force applied on 2 due to charge q1, right? Force on 2 due to charge q1. Now this force by q2 on q1, that is force on 1 due to charge q2. So this is the notification to denote which force is there. Force on 2 due to 1, force on 1 due to 2. Okay, this is the force applied on charge q1 and q2. Now, as per in this formula, this capital R is the distance between the q1 and q2. But distance, whatever the distance between charge q1 and q2, it is a scalar quantity, simple distance. It is a vector denoting that which force you are considering, from q1 to q2 or q2 to q1. Okay, now here this distance vector, already we completed the distance vector topic. how to calculate the distance vector? Suppose the direction of vector is from this point to this point. So R12 bar, the distance vector, R12 bar is equal to final, that is the Q2 minus Q1. That means R2 minus R1. This R2 is nothing but the that coordinates points of that Q1 is placed in any one of the coordinate system, and this R1 means coordinates of this Q1. Okay, 1 2 1 2 R2 final minus initial R2 minus R1, and that position vector, that means the scalar quantity, how to find? That is the magnitude of that R12 bar. So how to calculate that R12 bar? First of all, find out this vector and under root of that, suppose Rx square plus Ry square plus Rz square. That means this is the magnitude quantity, simple R. Okay. So unit vector along R12 bar, unit vector along A bar. We have the formula A bar divided by magnitude of A bar. Now in this case, unit vector along R12 bar is equal to R12 bar divided by magnitude of that R. That means magnitude. So this is the simple. Now in that Coulomb's law, suppose force 12 bar. Force we calculating is force 12 bar. So how to written? Q1, Q2, 4 pi epsilon. Now if we put this unit vector, here we added the unit vector. Why? Because force has a direction. So indicating this force has a direction along 1, 2. That means force on a 2 due to 1. So unit vector is along also R12 bar. Now when we put the value of this AR, that is the unit vector, that is the R12 bar divided by R. So when we put, this is the R12 bar divided R. So this R square and this R becomes R cube. So the formula is like this. Now this simple R, it is not a vector quantity. This is the only scalar quantity, that is the magnitude of the vector, where here it is located at the numerator side. That magnitude of this is the capital R, that is the scalar quantity. It is not the vector quantity. This is a bar 1, it is a vector quantity. Okay. And this R12 bar, it is written like, that means this is a vector. So R2 minus R1. So depends on the position of that 2 points, you have to write that vector here. And R cube means, see here, whatever the vector R2 minus R1, so it is R2 minus R1 vector magnitude, whatever the magnitude, cube. So this is the final Coulomb's law mathematical representation. You must know how to represent distance vector, what is the direction, what is the unit vector. So that's why it is important how to represent this Coulomb's law. Suppose the questions are not on that Coulomb's law, but you must know this is the basic.